Hi, and welcome to Swamp Songs. I'm Matt Weston, and today we're going to look at the harmonium.
Swamp Songs, Swamp Songs, Swamp Songs. Audio time, like and subscribe, Swamp Songs.
Ribbit. So as you may or may not be aware, the harmonium is a reed organ. There are basically two types that I've seen. There's the larger kind of upright piano looking harmonium that has a couple foot pedals. And there's this smaller version with a hand pump. Now this version of the instrument became very popular in India after being brought over from Europe. One of the reasons being that you can play this sitting on the floor, which Indian classical musicians tend to do. Now I'll go over some of the controls of the harmonium. We have a bunch of different stops on the front of the instrument, and you can see we have some large and small ones. So I'll go over the large ones first. These are push, pull, not turn. And first we have a male stop. And the next large stop is a bass stop. Then we have half bass, so it's a little quieter. And I'm going to skip this one for now and go up to the top where we have half male. Now this one is a special one. This is a tremolo. So the next set of stops we have are these small stops, and each of these is a drone note. And the first is D-flat. Next is E-flat. Then we have A-flat. And lastly, B-flat. Now you might have also noticed that every time I play a key, the octave above that key also is pressed down, and that's controlled by this lever here. So without that, just one note. Oh, I apologize. I'll end a drone. Versus so it's a very rich sounding instrument, lots of fullness to it, especially with that octave. So although this looks just like a piano and might be easy to play, it's pretty challenging. The keys are quite small. I have large hands, so that's difficult for me, but it's also a mechanical instrument and it does make some noise. So you have to be careful about that when you're playing it. So I first heard of this instrument back in the mid-90s when there was a band I was really into called the Tea Party, and they used this on their album The Edges of Twilight and a follow-up kind of acoustic record called Alhambra. And some of the stuff that they would play sounds sort of like this. So you'll notice because my left hand is so busy, this instrument has gained popularity as a melodic style instrument, even though it's called the harmonium. But I've found a way to use this as more of a harmony instrument as well. In a band I produce called the Cedar Sisters, we use a lot of synthesizers. And for one song, we needed a pad, but I didn't want to just go to the presets in a synthesizer plugin and just pick something out. I wanted something more unique, something more interesting. So I recorded the chords to it with this instrument and then used some reverb to kind of wash it out and make something really cool out of it. So I'll recreate that experience for you now. And to do this, I'm going to try to choose chords with inversions that have common tones to them so that I'm not moving too many things at once. So let's check that out in Pro Tools. Okay, here we are in Pro Tools, and I'll play back the dry harmonium. Okay, you get the idea. So to turn this into a synthy kind of pad, I'm going to add one of my favorite plugins, Valhalla Shimmer. And here's what it sounds like just on the default setting. So I'm sure you can hear that there's a reverb being applied, but you might not be able to tell that there is also a pitch shift going on that's bringing it up an octave right now. So I'm going to go full wet on the mix, and I'm going to mess around with both feedback and the pitch shift. So you can come up with some pretty crazy awesome sounds from this harmonium just with this one plugin. I hope you like that little tip. Thank you for watching this video on the harmonium. It's a truly beautiful instrument, and I was happy to share it with you today. If you'd like to support this channel, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with a friend who might like it too. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. My name's Matt Weston. This is Swamp Songs. See you later.
Swamp Songs, Swamp Songs, audio time, like and subscribe, Swamp Songs.
Ribbit.